Hello everybody, it's Sapphire and welcome back to another episode of Jusant. Um, Last time we started the game, we found out that we have a little frog thing and it makes pretty noises. It also kind of makes water things happen. We just made it into chapter 3. And I'm really excited to see where this goes. But before we go down there, I want to go over here. I want to know what everything is. We've been seeing these little things. Cairns, I believe they're called. And they've been very interesting. Okay, this is where we started. Those things are so funny. All right. All right. Okay. Haha! Mastering the controls. Doesn't look like we can go anywhere that way. Oh, and now we have heat exhaustion as well, it seems. I'm like, come on, let me up. Oh, they're drying up. Oh, oh no. That's the wrong way. There we go. Okay, so anywhere that's not in the shade. Okay, so I need to get over there. Oh boy, this looks like it's gonna be fun. So it looks like over time, and after jumping a bit, we lose the ability to gain any more stamina. There we go. Alright, let's check out, see what's in here. There a choco in there? Smooth and really the solution. It makes no sense to be leaving the tower. Like, the drought's going to fix itself while we're gone. Leaving our parents, fields empty to crowd around a watering hole right in the middle of the Great Plain. What then? When your oasis dries up, where will we go then? I don't think this is how we're going to solve the problem. There are other options if you ask me. What do they say about the ballasts? They're carved into the walls wherever you look. Gab's even seen some in old paintings. There's talk of them here, that's for sure. Plenty of old folk even say the ballasts are the ones who stole our water. Should make sure of that, shouldn't we? We should go up to them clouds and to find out. It might be a solution up in those parts, might not be, but there sure ain't none down on your plane. That's all I'm saying. Come on, Arlo, you can't be serious. Cloud giants? Really? Those are nothing but a bunch of tall tales. Common sense tells us to go with the flow, and the flow is going downward. We've been assigned a spring. Yes, it's in the middle of the plain, but it's our last hope, our future. Would be nice if you there folks could see that. So it looks like there's a bit of an argument. Can I crouch? No, I want to crawl through there. Logbook 12 octaves and 2 seconds after the Jusant. We did it. I'm completely wrung out, but we made it in time to join the expedition. There weren't many of us there, barely a handful. Look how peaky the poor thing is. She's shaken like a sewing machine. I felt so far from home, but the tone was more encouraging than mocking. My efforts had been acknowledged and appreciated. I was too out of breath to reply, but a new emotion rose up inside me. I was proud to have made it this far. Still doubled over from the exertion, I looked around at the others. Everyone there had left everything behind to be there. They had fire in their eyes, a desire to change things, and I was part of it. That's all it took to fill me up with fresh energy. Arlo and Becca welcomed us to their sun-scorched farm with open arms. They were emotional and the mood was solemn. They're the last farmers left in these parts, and they're the ones who put together this expedition. They've spent their entire lives trying and failing to fight the drought. Nothing grows on the cliffs anymore. In their own funny-sounding words, not one measly plant grows in these here fields no more. I hope I'm not reproducing the Highfield dialect too badly. Then Becca told us about their wild scheme, setting off for the clouds to find water in the sky. At her words, a murmur rose up from the group. There was talk about how feasible the plan was, how best to go about it, which routes to take and which sections to avoid. Arlo and Becca want to find ballasts, as they're called, lower down, enormous creatures made of water that are said to live in the clouds. Ballasts only exist in sleep stories for children. Well, that's what I always thought before embarking on this adventure. They're Arlo and Becca's last hope, and I'm starting to believe in them too. We may have a chance to save the tower. It's up to us to seize it. So they all went up to try to bring back rain, I'm assuming. That's a water tank. This thing right here. So Seems like we've got a long way to go. Oh, gotta move fast. Ugh. Okay. There's got to be water in there if they're plants. Oh. And Python. Doesn't look like there's much here. So let's just... Must be nice for these two to get out of the sun. Like this is where they might have gotten water from. Buddy, you can take your sunglasses off. Oh, these are pretty. This reminds me of Journey a little bit, but with a lot more climbing. Okay. Maybe at one point we could have gone that way, but... Well, there might be a ledge. That's adorable. Oh, I love it. Just little buddies. Oh. Logbook, 12 octaves and 1/5 after the Jusant. There are so many people climbing down from the heights. I feel like a fish swimming upstream, like In the stories before the Jusant, we rose and fell with the tides. I remember hearing the old schooners describe enormous waves, ones that drove people upward with each tide. They never see the ocean themselves. They were just repeating what they'd heard from their elders when they themselves were young. But there must have been a grain of truth to those stories, right? The ocean nourished the cliffs, and in return, the cliffs nourished the entire tower. Anyway, the inhabitants of low tide set enough store in them to set off in search of the ocean. I wavered too. Should we try to hook the lost water? In a way, yes, but not by going with the flow. I have the answer now, thanks to Arlo and Bago. We need to go back to the source. Or wait, I wasn't done with that yet. We shared our shady spot with a man named Zoy. He was on his way down the plain and tried to convince us to go with him. Why stay? He didn't understand why we wouldn't go. You won't get nothing out of these fields no more. The earth ain't worth a blessed thing. He grabbed a fistful of dust and held it up as proof. Zoy continued on his way while we prolonged our break, dreading to have him go back out into the blazing sun. I refuse to believe him. Ever since we set off, I feel like I'm rediscovering the tower, like I've never truly looked at it or listened to it before. My perspective's changing the higher up we go. I'm sure we're on the right track. Well, we have a ballast here. So maybe our goal is to get the ballast back up to where it used to be, so that way it can rain again. The person who left the caramel bun in the canteen, I ate it. Sorry, not sorry. There's no one around anymore anyways. Cass. Hi, little Choco. Choco, Choco. Painted rock. Oh. It's another one of these things. Wonder if they stockpiled food or maybe sand. Looks like a giant door. Brella Gazette, issue 21, 7 octaves and 3/6 after the Jusant. Editorial. Brown or black fur, big ears, prone to both nervousness and laziness. There's nothing more common than a choco, too dull and unremarkable for a special issue, right? Wrong! In this issue of the Gazette, we'll do our best to make the ordinary extraordinary, starting with the most unobtrusive of things, chocos. These mammals are useful to us bipeds in 2 key ways. They lay eggs and line their nests with fur, providing delicious meals and dense balls of wool. Not the other way around. Raising them is no easy task, however. Chocos are escape artists. Through our action, or rather inaction, they've taken to nesting all over the tower, though they're native to the Highfield region. Did you know chocos work together to incubate their sparkling eggs and watch over their young? Some would argue that taking turns makes for better naps, but take a closer look at what's in their nests. You may be in for a surprise. Chocos love to sit on anything that shines. Keep reading for more fun facts about chocos and their habits. So it seems like the higher places just ran out of water and had no choice but to leave. Nope, that wasn't close enough. Did I get stuck on something? Oh. Getting a lot better at climbing. All right. There we go. Oh, we've got little pebble beans! Little pebble beans! Nope. Am I supposed to go that way? Stop 25 pebbles with a single echo blast. You know, I'm surprised this kid is doing this. I'm enjoying just kind of figuring my way over here. Oh. Not really letting me. Figure my way out, are you? Oh, hello. Am I supposed to just swing? This- Did I just come around in a big, huge circle? Yep. I came back around in a giant circle. I'll meet you back at the point where I was at. All right. I'm back where we were. And I think possibly... Oh, nope. Ah! Nope. See, I think I'm supposed to get over there. But I'm not sure how. Let myself dangle here. Hold on. I like the noises our little guy makes. Ha-ha! Nope, 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 no. Okay. Nope. There we go. Haha! So I had the right idea, just the wrong execution. Press the wrong button. Oh. Okay. So now, should be able to get back here with ease. Ah, that was tough. Privy. Hmm. I don't think there's a way for me to get there. Time to go up. There we go. Listen to your heart and follow your instincts. That's all I can tell you. Go if you must. I won't be going with you. My roots are here. I'm an old man. All I want is to stay on my land, at peace with the world around me. Farewell. I wish you all the best. I'll go to the old tree for as long as I can, and I'll cherish your memory as my most prized possession. I'll be sad, but knowing you're out there somewhere will comfort me. A tiny plant growing in the desert. Oh, Grandpa, I'm going to be sad too. I already am. Mama says we'll come back when the sun wills it, but I don't believe it. The sun doesn't will it, because if it did, we wouldn't be stuffing everything in the house into flour sacks. I hear the water in the desert steams as stinky. That's what Tommy says. She's already been there to make sure there was room for her animals, and she's going back with us. Anki says that if you change your mind, you know where to find us. He doesn't want to write to you. He says you made Mama mad, and that I shouldn't be writing this. I love you and I don't want to go, but I'm going. So bye, Grandpa. Ez. That's sad. Oh. Well, hello. Black. A little bit harder to get down here than I thought it would be. Wow. There's a house all the way over there. Uh-oh. Whoa, the last checkpoint. Limford. Reminds me of like the Galapagos iguanas. Ah. Mayhaps I'm missing something. Now, where am I? Ah, I'm dumb. I'm gonna take a good drink. Haha. Oh. This is hard to traverse. Oh. That was nerve-wracking. Okay. Oh, just barely. There's so much jumping. Oh, my fingers. Ooh. I like this music though. Land. Logbook 12 octaves and 2/3 after the Jusant. Warning, this journal entry will definitely be too long, but I have so much to say. I got to see Emmy again. I'm so glad I got to drop anchor at her hut. We made up for the lost time in the blink of an eye. I almost capsized when I heard her laugh again. I'd missed that so much. She started by grumbling about something before shrugging and changing the subject, just like old times. I found myself chattering endlessly. The words flooded out of me. I told her everything, from my parents getting ready to pack up and go to our theories about water in the clouds. Everything got all jumbled, and I could tell my chatter made no sense, but she nodded as though she'd never heard anything more profound. It was about then that I realized the whole team was gawking at us with round fish eyes. Oops! How long had I been standing there talking to Emmy right in front of them? I hadn't even set my pack down yet. It was just so awkward. Um, Emmy gave me a frown, and I barked orders at the assembly group. There was hardtack to prepare for everyone at the hut, and the mattresses to air out. Plus, the salt wind had blown into the corners. Everyone sprang up and got to work. Without another word, Emmy's one tough cookie, that's for sure. Plus, she was armed with a gold spoon that she was brandishing wildly. A pot was soon set to heat in the sun while Sol swept the floor and Arlo scraped the plates. Emmy gave me a wink and I laughed harder than I had in ages. Later on, with our stomachs full and feet bandaged, Emmy told us the stories she heard from travelers who stopped by her hut. One of them grabbed my attention, the legend of the Piper, a musician of old. He was said to travel from region to region with his flute to make it rain. I've never heard tell of it back home, but Arlo and Becca had. Where they're from, they say he'd celebrate the rain's arrival rather than making it rain. When comes the water, dances the Piper. I'm ready to keep my hands occupied, but I can't settle down as though staying busy will delay our departure. I've already rewound all my rope and checked on my pack. I brought way too many things aboard, and in this heat, besides, maybe I don't need these 3 teapots. My favorite flower pots, after all. I couldn't just leave them behind, but I know I can't go on like this. I'm entrusting them to you, Emmy. I hope they bring you as much comfort as they've brought me. I hope to see you again one day. I'm your crewmate always, Bianca. Oh. Bianca's so sweet. Birds! 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 Not quite enough. Train tracks. Train tracks. Oh, but it's capsized. That must have been where the lumber mill was. Not capsized. You know the word I'm thinking of. It's the one. It caved in. Yes, that's the one. I haven't even bothered planting anything. What's the use? It breaks my heart to see the crops dying on the vinyl, one by one, and being powerless to stop it. I fought the sun long enough. I'd rather quit now than break my back for nothing. I don't know what I'm going to do. Leave the farm, probably. Finally pay you a visit, maybe? Is the little one already climbing? To think that I still haven't met her yet. Maybe throwing in the towel isn't such a bad thing after all. Oh no, I'm sorry. What an awful situation you're in. But yes, come for a visit. We gladly make room. The little one just started school. Can you believe it? She's growing so fast. She's incredible. You'll see. With each passing sleep, she learns something new. When I'm with her, I feel like I'm rediscovering the world around me. She gives me hope again. I should warn you, though, she can be a handful. It is really sad to plant things you know won't grow. We know each other, our parents know each other, I see you're suffering. We're doing our best to provide the little water we have left here between us. The largest farms have been given priority. They use the most water since they feed the most people. I agree with what you say about needing to change the way we do things. We can't go on like this. It's not sustainable for you. You don't stand a chance compared to the big guys. We should convince them to share, pool our resources. Do you think that's possible? I'm not sending you water, but I am sending you courage, Joe. To think where there is now, like, this hard ground was once a flourishing garden. What do you mean? Fine. Great. Oh, there was a ladder right there. Oh, hello. Hi, little Choco. Choco, Choco, Choco. Choco. Whoa. Dun, 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 dun. Made it back up. Doo, 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 doo. Doesn't look like we're getting in there anytime soon. That's what we already read, I think. Hey, Ons, have you seen the latest posters? The ones that say to eat more salt to quench your thirst. Together, let's save water. Salt your food. Water saved today is water drunk tomorrow. It made me think of you. They're taking it too far. We're supposed to drink less, but they use up all the water in the Great Basin to water those sun-scorched fields of theirs. Yeah, I saw. Every little bit counts, honestly. Have they got no shame? It's always the same with them, but sure, it's working out well for the store. I've never seen so many customers, even though most of the villages are already abandoned. I'm running low on pickleweed, hearth salt, and rock salt. I'm even out of plain flakes, so they're pretty bland and not what I'd recommend. At this rate, I'm going to have to start selling my personal stash. I wonder what plain flakes are. Maybe just like a wheat, a cereal grain. Wrong button. Looks like we've got a long way to go. Okay. Oh, wrong button. Well, we're leaving the tower. The village has been given a date. I can't quite believe it. I still think about our dance. The last festival already seems so long ago. It was so nice to forget about all this for asleep. I didn't realize at the time, but I think at some point I'd given up. But then your laughter, the dizziness after that long waltz, the way you stepped on my feet, the way your cheeks glowed pink. I don't know how to ask you this, but want to come with me? Journey through life on the same pebble? I'm sorry, I know it's short notice, but now I care enough to be afraid. Afraid of what I could miss out on if I don't send you this message. I hope you get it, Keely. I wonder if it ever got received. Okay, that looks like the required path. It's like a giant bug. Oh, okay. Hmm. Oh, hold on just a moment. Okay, we're back. I hope my dog doesn't barge in here. Be very inconvenient. You know what? Raising Pebbles was fun until I started doing it for a living. I think I've lost my way. You know me, I wasn't really thinking ahead when I took over the old farm, but I couldn't just abandon the Pebbles my parents cared for all their lives. Sure, I never dreamed of delivering the mail, but it kept the animals fed and my debts paid. It kept my noggin above water, like they say around your parts, but since the villages have been uprooted, it's been so hard. Too few people on the cliffs and too much distance to cover. I'm wearing myself and my animals out, and I'm getting nothing but crumbs. I can't go on like this. I remember when we first met. That seems so long ago now. I'd run away from the farm. Remember how mad my dad was? That was quite something. But I just couldn't deal with the sun anymore. Now look where I've ended up. I miss our belly laughs. I even miss the tunnels. Tommy, thanks for your letter. Things aren't any better. I've made zero progress on my mending. I've spent ages working on this hideous piece of embroidery because I'd rather watch rocks erode. Were you able to get sort through your parents' stuff like you wanted? The poor things never got to enjoy them. All they did was work. Is that what'll happen to us too? We could both decide to opt out. The world would keep on turning. Well, keep on not turning. You get the idea. Take care. Oh no, am I gonna have to go up another way? I seem to be lost. Ah, right. I came through this way. Camera? Camera! I wonder how far out the closest shore is. Ah. There we go. Kind of crazy to think like big farms were like, had just said, suck it up and eat salt, you won't be thirsty. It's like, no, I think that does the opposite. I think eating salt makes you more thirsty. The other sleep, Rosé, asked me to tell him a bedtime story. He's getting to be a big boy now, but I love it when I can still pretend he's little. I decided to tell him the tale of the long rain. I told him about the overflowing canals, high tide, the locks, and so on, but eventually he stopped me because he didn't understand. He didn't know what rain was. I'm starting to doubt myself. We both agree that it's not just some tale our elders made up. It did exist, right? Hey, I think it did. Yeah, but to be honest, I see where your kid's coming from. Water falling from the sky does sound pretty odd. I wouldn't be surprised if the old folks had made it all up and are having a good laugh at us all up there. Hmm. Okay, that's a required path. I say, forget the required path. I go where I please. The sound effects almost remind me of, the Pixar light. I don't get what the deal is with parents in the ocean. It's all they talk about. We have to explore the Great Plain. The Great Plain. Go further across the oceanic ridges. Find the ocean. Blah 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 blah. Fine, set sail for the desert if you want. But why should I have to come along too? They're getting on my nerves. Honestly, I'm kind of scared. I bet I'll get dizzy walking horizontally. Nope, no thanks, not for me. So that's it, Bill? You're leaving? I wouldn't mind going off on an expedition instead of marinating in this old place. It's so boring here. I have no idea. I can't take it anymore. If I have to roast, at least let me roast in the desert where things are happening. Plus, what if you found a spring? You'd be famous. Ugh. Mhm. Whoa. They do glow slightly. Logbook 12, 2 octaves and 2 sevenths after the Jusant. Old stones, paintings, gathering dust, and the wall that used to tell time now rendered useless. These ruins are like my old lighthouse. I'm sure of it. They're reassuringly familiar, which is something I really needed. I thought I'd find answers on this climb, but I'm realizing I don't know what questions to ask. I think back to the Bianca I was just a few sleeps ago, so full of certainly small fry that I was back then. Now, as I write this, I wonder, why did I set off on this adventure? No answer, of course. The building watches in silence. I guess I'll have to keep climbing to find out what I'm looking for, but the clouds above us are still so small. I feel so far away from everything. Around me, my teammates snore, lost in the rise and fall asleep. I wish I could close my eyes and rest too, but I can't stop my mind from wandering. What's the connection between the Piper and the ballasts? Arlo and Becca's legends don't say, but I think they're two sides of the same coin. The water in the clouds and the Piper's rain. I'm sure if I could just untangle this rigging, I could convince the group to lay down their weapons. Sleep evading met too. She's gazing out into the distance. The Great Plain seems even bigger from up here. I feel very small and lost, like a little shell clinging to the side of a cliff. Bianca. Doesn't look like we can cross that. Maybe. Right, let's see. Ready, buddy? So maybe we're the new Piper?
No pebbles!
Chonky Pebble! Chapter 4, Convergence. It's those birds we keep seeing on the walls. Service memo. The old canal is finally clean. Locks 4 to 7 have been serviced. In all my time as a water surveyor, I've never seen the water level this low, but at least I can give the canal a good clean. Let's just say it was about time. Yuck, yuck, yuck. I've never been this filthy in my entire life. Off the clock for this sleep. Until next time, Ida. Clam. Are those the things that they've been talking about? Ah, good. Whoa. We'll get those in a minute. I want to see if there's anything over here. So pretty. So, find a way to get up there. Oh. Am I close enough now? Aha. Issa, thank you for your support. Thanks to you, we can continue to work to protect Three Hump Saurians. Without your help, we would never have been able to renovate our shelter. I'm so happy to announce that the time has come. We've begun releasing some of our rescued Saurians back into the wild. This time, we're working with the Sparkle Shroom growers to preserve shaded areas vital to Saurians. I'm confident that reintroducing them back into their natural habitat will be a success. It's still unclear how we're going to help the remaining ones adapt to life in the Great Plain, but now that this first phase is complete, at least the species survival is assured. Thank you, Anne. Thank you again, Anne. Okay, so this person supported endangered species research and protection. Logbook 12 octaves, 2, 6, and 8 primes after the Jusant. To the peaks I go, come what may. From the chasm to Saltmarsh I make my way. To the peaks I go, come what may. To find my true love again one day. To find my true love again one day. Up in the clouds I went astray, from ravine to frozen pass of gray. The clouds watch me as I make my way. Will I find my true love again one day? Will I find my true love again one day? Sol was singing that to himself as we gathered lichen for hot drinks. I asked him to repeat it to me later. When he was young, Sol would hear the old women singing that song. Let's just say he's not as young as he used to be. The clouds watch me as I make my way. To him, it's a confirmation. The song is a map. Following the words will lead us to the ballast. Met didn't say a word, and she can usually out-chatter a weave beak. We returned empty-handed, but it felt good to be climbing as a trio again, like when we first set out on our climb. Everything was so much simpler back then. Later, Met told me she's tired of this expedition. She's sick of all the water and the cloud stuff. She doesn't believe in it anymore, or not enough. She doesn't know what to do. Return to low tide? Is there even anyone left there anymore? She dares to ask the questions I merely write down. If ballasts were real, why would they stay in the clouds? Would they be stuck here because the cycle stopped, or is their presence stopping the world from waking up? And what am I doing on this hunting expedition? I miss my lighthouse. Is Highfield's old sundial in someone's thoughts too? One place for the ocean, another place for the sun. Are there others? No one seems to be paying these old shipwrecks from another era much notice. We've gotten used to them by now. If we've forgotten that, what else have we forgotten? It worries me to see Met withdrawn into her shell more and more with each sleep, but she's still climbing. Come what may. down there? Ah, this is just a little nook. A little hidey hole. There we go. No, please. Thank you. I think we've walked over this grate before. Oh, right. This is the... Oh. Haha! It's like someone might have owned a little cafe here. Did I go where I was supposed to go? No, no. Hey Mama, Sadri asked me to clear out the cellar so they could store their furniture there, and I came across some old clothes that must have belonged to Grandpa. They don't look like anything we wear here anyway. I had to throw them all out. Some sores had made their nest in them, and I and had chewed them all up. I wonder what it's like up there, the storm. Did you ever go back? You said it drove Grandpa completely crazy, but I never got a chance to talk to him about it. No, he never talked about anything much. The old man wasn't the chattiest of folks. The wind picked up. I don't remember how old I was. I could barely stand on my own 2 feet. That was a long time ago, when a storm like that came along. I wasn't allowed to go outside. I wasn't allowed to do much, come to think of it. Those were different times, eh? When everything stopped, that part you know, but up there, oh, the raging storm stuck. The wind howled and howled. It was enough to drive you mad. We couldn't live up there anymore, you see, so we came down here, and now there's talk of climbing down again. Will it ever end? So people have been constantly climbing down. Maybe the storm up there is just because the Piper hasn't been there in a while. Ah. Okay, so this was the extra path, and the other one is the required path. I did it again. And now we're back up. This must have been like a burger joint or something. Alright, looks like we still have a long way up. Oh, just barely. Logbook 13 octaves and 1/3 after the Jusant. We docked for a while at the home of an old local farm gal. Or gal. To him, always having a wall within reach and a roof over your head is comforting, a feeling of safety you don't get in the open air. He made me laugh. The sky? No thank you. I saw it once and it made me dizzy. Gal seems to be all alone in the world, but he can't bring himself to leave the tower. We don't have to ask twice for him to tell us about water. He mainly remembers the sound it made when he was just a tadpole, as he put it, and the silence that followed the drought. He spoke of full canals and waterfalls, of mud and pruny skin, and I wasn't the only one listening. In the light of the glowing mushroom, people's faces were exhausted, but their eyes were bright. The entire group hung on to his every word. Who would listen to his stories once we're gone? We ended up staying at the farm, delaying our departure just a little longer. There was no shortage of excuses. Gall's farm needed extra hands. There was a building frame to repair, spare parts to track down, ropes to replace. It felt good to be working on something concrete rather than wearing myself out on an interminable climb. Chasing after legends. Probably the same feeling that keeps me carving my little sculptures. When it was time to leave, Met stayed behind. There was no need to explain. The group understood. All of us were secretly hoping to stay at Gall's farm. Well, I was, but I guess I'm still holding out a glimmer of hope for this expedition. Saying goodbye to Met was probably the hardest thing I've had to do since I started this climb. I don't know if I feel like writing a memoir or have the energy to. Bye, maybe. Bianca. Jen, are you still around? How are things out there? Still no rain? I hosted a group from your part of the tower here, off chasing clouds or whatever's in them. We've had a great time, and I had a new housemate out of it too, a youngster who reminds me of you. It'll be nice having the two of us run what's left of the farm. Hey, old man, great to hear from you, and I'm glad to know you're in good company. Cass and I were actually just about talking about the odd jobs I used to do. It's been a while now since the harvest, hasn't it? When I think back to it now, it seems crazy how many people would come to help you pick the sparkle shrooms. Is that what these are? Well, mostly because the pies you'd make them for snack time. You know you never did give me the recipe. No, you never did give me the recipe. That old man dies with his recipe. So this is where Mete stopped. Or Met stopped. Is that just an easy... That might just be an easier way back up. Ah, here's where I'm supposed to climb. That's the required path. Whoa! And nowhere else to go. Oh, that's not where I wanted you to go. Wizard! I forgot that I can climb these. Ah, pebbles. Ah. Thank you, camera. Ah. Ah. New door. This morning I forgot to put lichen in my drink, but drank it anyway, and then cried tears of joy because my toast was so delicious. I'm so wound up I can't get anything done. I don't know if I should blame the drought, the evacuation that started, or the end of the world. Anyway, I've got mushrooms to grow. Hmm. There's gotta be a way up, right? Hmm. Hmm. And maybe the tower is like an hourglass. It flows out to sea. Oh, we're much higher up now. Whoa. Time to go for a ride. I feel like someone's gonna look at this and and try to recommend getting over it. The problem with getting over it is it's not fair, whereas this is. Oh, we found a shell. kind of interesting to hear water when there isn't any. I don't know why, but this just looks a bit like a grave to me. Maybe it's just the way things are... The stick is out of the ground. Say no to locks. Water and people should be able to flow freely. We can't deny the many for the sake of the few. In the current crisis, it's our duty to stand in solidarity with living things. To confine the water is to confine us all. Regular information sessions at the market canteen, the Whitewater Collective. I can kind of see their point, but I can also see, like, hey, every bit of water counts. Okay, that looks like the required path. Been a while since we found one of those. It's interesting to see boats without water. This is where we came in at. I don't think we can go that way. Which is unfortunate, because I would really like to explore down these tunnels a few minutes more. Down we go. Oh. Did we go in a giant circle? There's no way. Did I get turned around somewhere? Oh, this was the way we were supposed to go. Community canteen, upcoming activities, permanent team to fight water insecurity, fundraising dinners for the Whitewater Collective, repair workshop, all items accepted. Note the canteen will now open one prime earlier to reduce overcrowding. Pay what you can. To help in the kitchen, arrive early in the sleep. All help welcome. So this was the canteen. Well, Bianca was definitely here. I was pressing the wrong buttons. Ah. Been a while since we've seen these little dudes. Ah! Umbrella Gazette, issue 37, 8 octaves and 2/5 after the Jusant editorial. In this issue, the Gazette will be looking at an animal from the outside for once, the weavebeak. The weavebeaks are the only animals found in every region of the tower, every known region at least. Sometimes they even venture into our tunnels. These medium-sized birds are known for their all-white feathers and blue comb. It's not uncommon to see the playful birds gliding through the warm drafts that rise up the cliffs of the tower. They're also extremely curious and can often be found perched near climbing routes, observing and commenting on what's happening with their fellow birds. That's not... Not only are weavebeaks social creatures, they're also skilled builders. They work together to build their nests, which have multiple entrances and can house dozens of weavebeaks. They're constantly strengthening and expanding their nests and are always on the lookout for twigs, hence the expression working like a weavebeak. Did you know weavebeaks' combs open and close depending on their mood? A wide open comb means the weavebeak is alert or stressed out about something or someone. But enough chatter. Keep reading for an in-depth look at the lives of these outwardly unassuming yet fascinating birds. Dear editor, I've only read the editorial and I'm already outraged. It all sounds very nice, but you might want to think twice before publishing such nonsense. Weavebeaks are thieves. They're always stealing my wood to build their nests. I'm unsubscribing. Signed, a disgruntled citizen. One can be both a thief and a nest builder. These things are not exclusive. Oh, I rode on his back.
Hello, buddies.
Woo! Ah, was close. Ooh. I pressed the wrong button. No. Ah. Dang it. No! No, I almost had it! No, I almost had it! Uh, Eventually the pebbles just refuse. Oh. Okay, putting that there. Letting my fingers rest. Oh. I don't like this. Oh. That's the way I'm supposed to go. There's some place I can only get by doing this? No. Aha! What? Hello, lizard. Oh. I thought there would be something more if I went back here. Apparently not. Come on. Oh. Oh. Oh, my fingers. Barely made it up here. We must be getting close again. Whoa! Okay, that goes up. We're inside the tower currently. You know, if Jade were playing this, she'd be like, jellyfish in the air! Wouldn't be the first time she'd seen something like that, but she certainly wouldn't be happy about it. There we go. Hello. Sometimes my fingers are just too fast. This is so cool. Aha! Oh, I should have put a heighten. Here we go. Ooh. Sorry, Ada, I have to go to the market. Their water inlet is acting up again. Things are starting to get complicated. I really thought that by holding back the water, but there's nothing to be done. The basins are empty. I think it's time for a more radical change. What would have happened if we let the water flow freely from the start? I'm boring you with my musings, but sometimes I get the feeling we've made a big mistake. There's a pier collapsing on the in the boatman's district. Do you think you could take care of it? Hey, Joe, things are nonstop at the moment. I'll have to go fishing for a new team to shore it up. Issa's already over at the Two Pillars site. As for the other stuff, I don't know what to say. What's done is done. All right, I'll pick up the supplies I need, and then I'm off to the boatman's district. Hey, big guy, I hope you're well. You know, I still don't like the thought of you perched above that basin. It's too big. We just weren't made for the open air. You'd be better off in our tunnels where it's cozier. You might have already heard, but Anne's barge is finally back on dry land. They can't drive it anymore, they say. But you should see them now. They've never been so busy. They're working at our SAR rescue center or something such, if you can believe it. You'd want to save SAR. Seriously, they always look so disgruntled, like they're judging us, but things haven't been easy for Anne, and they seem happy again. That's what matters. Your father played a song for you. It was so beautiful. May the currents be kind to you, wherever they are. Oh. Right idea, wrong place. Oh. This place is huge. We are the water surveyors in the dark tunnels. We guide, clean, navigate rivers and streams. So the water called forth in the day and the sky can fill, nourish, cherish all living things. I think I read that right. I think I'm supposed to swing my way over there. This is gonna be nerve-wracking. Oh, another shelf. I often wonder what would have happened if the rain had returned. Would we still have met, or would we have led parallel lives elsewhere, each of us unaware of the other's existence? As much as seeing the Great Basin dry up more with each sleep fills me with despair, I can't help but be happy by your side. Oh boy, another one of these! I keep half expecting for us to find a person up here. Up we go. Oh, we're almost there. Please. Hold on. My PC is warm and I think there's lint where it ought not to be. There, that should make things run a little bit better. Ugh. Okay, there we go. That was hard. Oh. That's 3. Just 2 more to go. The lights! Are we gonna float up there to that hole?
You're helping us.
Run, 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 or run. Get in. Get... And Heavy, get in the bag. Chapter 5, Mirage. It's really windy up here. Okay, hold on. Hold on. I think that's enough for this episode. All right. If you want to see more, if you like what you saw, I hope you'll consider giving a like, a comment, or subscribe. and a ding bell for notifications on future videos like this. And I will see you all next time.